Welcome to RANDEK webinar. My name is Johan Lasholm and I'm one of the main owners of RANDEK, chairman of our mother company Nordiska Truss and marketing manager at RANDEK. Today we will host a webinar showing you our entry-level machinery. We will show you a complete concept we call house factory startup concept. It's a cost-efficient way of setting up a house factory. Let us have a look at today's agenda. Point number 1 will be a presentation of the house factory startup concept. Point number 2 will be a demonstration of the house factory startup concept. We will use the machinery in our production and show you how they work. The last point will be a Q&A session. You can at any time during the webinar post questions. Either use the online tool or email at webinar@randek.com, and we will do our best to answer the questions. All right, let's begin with point number 1 in the webinar. Welcome, Christian. The stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Johan, and thank you so much for joining us. My name is Christian. I'm the sales manager at RANDEK. I will do a brief overview of RANDEK as a company and then also a technical overview of the products we're highlighting here today. And that's before we're handing over again to Johan to actually see the machines in action.
Yes.
All right. So, hopefully many of you already know about us. RANDEK has been in the business for many years, since the 40s actually. Over the years, RANDEK has been focused on being a favored supplier to the prefabricating, or the companies prefabricating houses. And we've been doing this by continuously developing machines and bringing innovation to the industry, in many cases together with our customers. Everything is done here in Sweden, in 2 sites. We are at the headquarters here in Falkenberg, on the west coast of Sweden. And we also have a sister company, RANDEK Robotics, in Arvika, further up in Sweden. We do everything from developing and producing and also testing here in Sweden. We are in many different countries, in over 40 countries around the world. A lot of what you do is being exported. So we have a lot of knowledge of domestic market, but also markets around the world. When it comes to product range, RANDEK is mainly built up by saws, wall, floor, roof lines, roof truss systems, and butterfly tables. Automation level varies from manual or machine-aided production up to fully automated. In this webinar, we focus on the what we call the startup factory, but it's the machines all caters to existing customers, moving into more of machine-aided production to be able to produce efficiently and with high quality. It can also be in terms of scaling up a factory, scaling up a production, or as a complement to existing automated machine lines. We're doing this by focusing on function, lead time, and pricing. And what you see in the presentation here is a picture showing most of the different product ranges within this. So we have the cut saw, the press system for roof trusses, and butterfly tables with different accessories. So the cut saw, the SP720, is a semi-automatic cut saw. It is well known in the industry to be a reliable and accurate tool. It's been on the market for a long time and it's being continuously developed with our customers. We focus on function and safety first and foremost. As its base configuration, it does everything you will need in a truss factory or in a house a factory for building walls and floors, gable ends, and so on, building elements. But we also offer a lot of options, add-ons and features to this concept to cater to customers that would like to add more function or put a specific task into this section of the factory. So in the in-feed side, we have timber pickers. On the way into the saw unit, you have splicing presses, milling unit, drilling unit, label printers, and on the outfeed side, we offer different solutions for timber stackers as well. For the truss system, we offer the NT press system. It's a very flexible system that basically can manage to produce or help produce any kind of truss design. We do this by fixtures, movable fixtures that we can fix with magnets on a magnetically on a steel floor. On top of those, you add the pieces for the truss and the press plates, and you go around with a C-press, suspending in a crane system and press each joint. To further help and to minimize the setup time, you also have a laser projection system to help you. So to have the optimal press and crane system, we always take a look at the conditions in the existing factory. We take a look at the nail plates that you commonly use, and also the most commonly produced roof trusses as well. And this boils down to a crane system that you need. We have various different from wall-mounted, column-mounted, or overhead crane systems. In terms of C-press, it boils down to a specific press force from 23 tons to 50 tons. And for fixtures, it's a matter of how many and which size, which we, of course, help our customers with. As an option as well, as I mentioned, we also have laser projection systems where you can project the outlines of the truss and help you set up the system between different truss designs. For wall panels, building elements, floor, ceilings, roofs, gable ends, we have our butterfly system, BS20 tables. It's also a very flexible system. It is a tool for producing a high-quality product in the end, very effectively, and it's a focus on getting equipment on site very fast as well for our customers doing the job. We can do different configurations with each table in this product range, which makes it possible for us to have solutions for startup companies or even well-established companies producing a lot of product today, but looking for having more of a line concept or increase the efficiency in the factory. So within each table, you can have the base configuration of just an upriser and receiver, but you can also do configurations of bigger lines, how many tables you would like to have. And we do this by having different options for width adjustment. It can be manual or hydraulic or with pneumatic clamping. We can have extended width adjustment up to 3,650 millimeters. You can add rollers to the tables, either fixed or retractable, so it's folded down into the tables. We can also add air supplies to make sure you can connect your tools, and on top of that, we can also provide our customers with options for material handling, such as material tables and holders for rolls for membranes and foil. We also have a clamping cylinder to make sure we can do angled elements within these tables. For notches or cutouts in studs for wall elements to be able to make lintels, we have a specialized tool. This is possible with the SP720 as well, but if you don't want to do it as efficiently as possible, we have a specialized tool for this the notching saw. It's a very easy to use tool, a very fast tool. It's a cycle time of about 5 seconds, and it's a small piece of equipment that you can move around in your factory, bring out when you need it, and so on. So, and on top of all this, the main products that the product lines that we offer, we also have a set of accessories, and these are made up of products for logistics within the factory, but also specialized tasks in the factory, in the process of building all elements. So we have material trolleys, roof truss trolley, and also a handheld press for nail plates. So you can splice together pieces directly at the table. It's an handheld, air-driven piece of equipment. The hydraulics for the press unit, which makes it possible to press up to 10 tons. Right, thank you so much for listening. If you have any sales-related or technical questions, please feel free to contact us. I will now hand over to Johan to actually show you this equipment in action. Thank you.
Welcome to demonstration of RANDEK House Factory Startup Concept. With me here I have Martin Bjerring, our product coordinator. How are you today, Martin?
Yeah, fine, thank you.
Good, great to hear. So Martin, what machines are included in the House Factory Startup Concept?
Yeah, we have different types of machine. In the far end, we got a cut saw. That's in the SPL 720 series. And behind me, we have the BS 20 tables in the BS system.
Okay.
And behind you one here, we got the NT press system.
Okay.
For roof trusses. And in the middle, we got the notching saw. For special cuts.
Okay. So we're actually looking at this setup of machines, and it's an entire house factory in quite limited space.
Yes.
Well, it's really impressive, really impressive. So, Martin, when talking to customers about the startup concept, what are the general comments you get?
Yeah, it's a robust product and is cost effective. And the total cost of this is less money than the production of one house.
Wow, so an entire house factory for less money than a single house cost?
Yes.
Wow, that's really impressive. I'm eager to start the demonstration, so where do we begin?
Yeah, we'll go over to our colleague, Johan, in the far end in the cut saw.
Okay, let's go.
Shall we take this with us?
Okay, let's do that. Okay, so here we have our service technician, Johan.
Hello.
Hello. He will help us to demonstrate the saw today. But before we begin, Martin, here we have the SPL 728 crosscut saw. So can you tell us about the saw and what parts are included?
Yeah, this one is a saw in the 720 series. Over here we have the infeed bench.
Yes.
We can load in your material. And here you have the sewing unit. This unit is in two different types. 728 and 722. Okay. The difference is the blade can angle in the 728.
Okay. So
otherwise
two different saw units.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And behind me we have the outfeed bench with automatic length holder.
Okay. Okay. So, but so this is, I guess, kind of like a standard saw.
Yeah.
In what ways can the saw be customized?
You can change the length of the infeed bench.
Okay.
To different type of length depending on incoming material. You can also change the outfeed bench with the same length dimensions.
Yeah. Okay. And does it come with like a milling unit and splicing press?
Yeah, you can add a splicing press, a milling unit, and a drilling unit.
Okay.
Depending on.
Okay, sounds like very versatile and flexible saw.
Yeah, it's a very flexible.
But if you want to increase the capacity, do you need to buy one more saw, or can you like upgrade?
Yeah, you can add a infeed picker, so you can pick up material from the material pile. So you don't have to lift it up by yourself.
Okay.
And also you can place a stacker in the far end here.
Okay.
So you can pick out the material.
Okay. Very interesting. Okay, shall we begin the demonstration, Johan?
Yes. So, first of all, we're going to cut a truss that I have already prepared. And I will say this is the way that most customers use the saw, running from a file. We can go from the main page, load from file. And here we have it prepared. This is all the pieces that we're going to need for this small truss. So we can press them and we can see how they look.
Okay.
The more angles and the more angles you have and different lengths, the more benefit to do it from a file. It will save you time. Otherwise, you have to manually put in the degrees and the lengths on every piece. But here it's already prepared.
But you have the possibility to do it manually as well.
You can do it manually, just fill it in from a paper.
Okay. Yeah.
You have that option too.
Martin, can you describe the process behind the file and the transfer from CAD software to the saw?
Yeah, many of the roof truss producer softwares, where they draw the roof trusses, they can send the data to the saw unit. So they have a little converter file they have to add in the system.
Okay.
So then it's converted and go directly to the saw system.
Okay, so like an automatic process from the software, and then the saw will set up automatically according to file.
Yeah, and then the operator have to load the file here.
Okay. All right, let's begin cutting.
Yeah, let's make the first cut. So we start with this one. We press the blade. And, glasses on.
Yeah. Safety glasses on.
Safety first.
We start the blade.
Yes.
So that was a clear cut.
Yeah, a clear cut, yes.
You see that the bench is automatically changed.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Stop, get in position.
You see here, press this surface.
So we load the wood piece to the material wagon.
So that was the first piece.
Yeah. That was the first piece.
Great.
And you want to do, of course, you do as many as you need, and then you...
one more.
Yeah. And also, you can change the language.
Okay.
the system for
Okay.
different types of languages.
It's not only Swedish language.
No, it's an international store, so we have it
Impressive.
for the many markets.
Okay. So that was kind of the automatic way of using the saw when it sets up according to file.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, we made 3 different pieces, and yeah, it's very easy to just.
Can you demonstrate how the saw operates if you do it in a manual mode as well?
Yes.
Maybe we can do this the most complex, like a hip bend cut.
Yeah. So if you want to do it manual, this is the main page. We go select cut type, and here we kind of design how we want it to look. So this is the timber from above, and this is from the side. If you want a tilted cut, so right now it's just a straight cut.
Yes.
If we want to do the hip end, as we call it, we want to have it tilted. So we're going to start with a straight cut and then do the so-called hip end.
As you see, it's, if you do manually, you have to press a little bit more.
Yes.
But otherwise, if you do it directly from the CAD system,
Yes.
the machine has prepared everything, so you don't have to press all the buttons.
Correct.
I understand.
So let's try and make this cut.
Yes.
And you also see that the materials is fixed in the right position.
Yeah.
So we have draggers to drag it into the side.
Is that crucial for a high quality?
Yeah, sometimes the incoming material is a little bit bent.
Yeah.
And then you get the help from this shifting tool.
So normally, I guess you connect this saw to some dust extraction system.
Yeah, we don't have a dust extraction connected now.
No.
But otherwise we have it's in the end here.
Yeah.
In the back.
Yeah.
And you see the blade can be rotating around.
Yes.
So now it's flowing in that direction.
Yes. So here you're actually cutting 3 wood pieces at one time. What's the purpose of doing that?
To save time, be more effective. You can do it 3 at a time. It's as long as we are straight cut or not too low angle, it's fine to do 3 at a time.
Okay.
That's all right.
Now it's going in.
So that was kind of how you maximize the capacity with the saw. Can you show us the maximum length the cut the saw can make?
So if we have a really low angle that the blade can't make it once, it has to come up twice or even 3 times. If you do it at the end of the timber, it will do automatically. The length stop will move and then the blade comes up a second time.
Okay.
If we want to do it at the front, we need help to position the timber from the length stop. So let's try that. See,
We try the hard one.
Yeah.
try the hard one. And the length stop coming to help position the timber.
That's an impressive cut you just made. Yeah. All right, but as you said, normally we have a dust extraction system connected to the saw, I understand.
Yeah, we highly recommend that.
Yeah. Okay. All right, thank you for the demonstration.
Thank you.
Anything else you would like to add here, Martin?
No, I think you have show us everything.
Okay.
So
let's build a trust then.
yeah.
Can you help us with that as well?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So we go over there.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Shall we bring something with us?
Yeah, we can take the material back. Okay, Martin, so this is the press system, production system for roof trusses.
Yes.
So, can you tell us about the system? What do we have in front of us here?
Yeah, the main heart is the C-press.
Okay.
As you see here.
Yes.
That use this one for pressing the plates.
Okay. Yes.
And this one we have in different sizes. The smallest one is from 23 tons up to 50 tons.
50 tons. Okay. Yeah. Yes. And this is how many tons?
This is 23.
23. All right.
And you have also 2 different types of function here, so you can press. You have pistol grip or this with a frame.
Okay, frame and pistol. What do you prefer?
This one.
Okay.
I think this is the best one.
All right. Yes. And then we have some gantry system, I guess?
Yeah. You can lift it up in different types of gantry system. So here you have a pillar mounted, and you have wall mounted, and you can have a railed in.
Like a conveyor system?
Yeah, conveyor system.
Okay.
So, and you can combine this conveyor system in different types also.
Okay.
So different types there.
Okay, it's like 5 gantry systems?
Yeah, 5 different systems.
5, yeah. Sounds flexible and versatile. All right, C-press and gantry, and then what else?
Yeah, and then we have, over us here, we have a laser system.
Okay.
So we have laser projection, they project the trusses. So the same file that they use when we saw before in the cutting.
Yes.
The same file they can use here. So if they have sent the data to the saw, can also send the same data to this laser projection system.
Ah, okay. So you know where to position these fixtures. Is it
Yeah.
like so you just move them? Is it easy to move this? Or?
Yeah, there's fixtures. You have different types.
Yes.
Yeah, and they are fixed with magnets in this floor. So you have to unleash it first.
Okay.
You see it's,
Unleash the magnet.
yeah, unleash the magnet.
Okay. So now it's very easy to move around. Then you just want to do fasten it to just like.
Yeah, unleash that one.
So
yeah.
and then it's difficult to move.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand the function. All right. Okay, so shall we produce a truss? Where do we have Johan?
Yeah.
Johan, can you help us?
I can help you.
Hello again, Johan.
Hello again.
Can you please help us to produce a roof truss?
Yes. So we have prepared a little bit,
Okay.
but first of all, I'm gonna light the laser up
Yes.
so I can see where to place this fixture, the table. So I'm just gonna start up the laser.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so we switch on the laser. Laser is running.
Yeah, and over here we have this controlling box for the laser. So all the lasers are connected to this one.
All right. Okay. Okay. So now we have a laser system activated, I guess.
Yes.
Okay.
So now Johan have to prepare. We have prepared a little bit of the jigs here. So now we take this fixture and place
Yes.
it in the right position. And you
Okay.
see here on the floor,
Yes. Yes, I can see.
so you see some marks, the laser projection here. So Johan here will move that in.
Yes.
So this is the way to use the laser, is to place the fixtures in the right position. So you have a easy first step.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So this indicates where the nail plate shall be placed.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
But often they don't have a truss in it, just in this case now.
Okay. Okay. So this is
So now,
prepared.
yeah, so now Johan, he placed this one in, so have this in a mid position. So
Yes.
it's easy, can go in with a press later on.
Okay.
Yes.
Johan, you cut up some wood before?
Yeah. So it's prepared. Some of it is already in place, but the timber is pre-cut, so we have it ready.
Yes.
So see if we can get it in place.
So you see here the material wagon is nice to have.
Very convenient.
Yeah.
I see that.
So if you make many of the same trusses,
Yes.
then you have prepared all the fixtures in the right position, and you just pick the material and place it in.
Like a
And you-
template.
Yeah, and Johan can also switch layers. So now we see where you should place the plates.
Okay.
But later on, he can show you where the linings for the web and the joists are.
Okay. Okay. Small web member. Okay. Looks like you did a good job with the cutting, Johan.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yes.
And we
And,
have, yeah.
Also, Johan have some fixture pucks ready,
Okay.
and he can use this one to press it in.
Yeah, so now most of it was prepared, so now it's like laying a puzzle.
Yeah.
Because this has been prepared. So, I mean, the first time you set it up might take a little while, but then it should be easy to just place it.
Yes.
And we have this equipment, those round supports, and this eccentric. If we need to force the timber, if it's bent or something, we need to force it. And we also have the quick grips to hold it down if it's just to keep it in place, or if we need to force it down.
Okay.
Yeah.
But can you show us also to change the layers between in the laser?
I will get the remote. So.
All right.
Yes, and the plates. You have truss plates here. So then you can use the laser to place the plates.
Yeah, I mean the bottom plate you are putting in place before you put the timber on.
Yes.
But that's already prepared. So
based on the laser as well.
Based on the laser, so you see the lines that the laser projects on this plate here.
Yes.
And then you know where to place it.
Yeah.
Then you put the timber on, as we have done, and now we're ready to place the upper plate.
Yeah. Okay. And now you have also activated the lines for the placement of the wood.
Yes.
You can see here.
So now we are projecting everything, both the timber and the plates. We can choose to project the plates or the timber or both.
Okay. Yes.
So
it's really good to have these lines if you have a really complex truss. Then you can use this to see where you should put all those small parts.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
The laser makes the setup time much shorter, as I understand. That's the
main purpose. All right, let's start pressing.
All right.
So if you didn't have the laser, you need to measure where to position the nail plates. I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
And as you see now, first he used the laser to place the plate underneath, and then he used the laser to place it on the top.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Now he take the press.
Yeah.
And he's going into the fixture, and the top side is moving down, and the bottom side is pressing up the bottom plate there.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah. So
now it's finished.
So this is we have now a 23-ton press.
Yeah.
Why would you need a bigger pressing force than 23-ton?
Yeah. Sometimes they have bigger plates, really large ones.
Yes.
And they have another type of wood.
Okay.
So then you can need that press. And different market also require different press forces.
Okay.
As you see here, this was moved a little bit, but because of the laser, you can still see that this was on the same place anyway. Otherwise, if you didn't have the laser, you have to measure everything up again.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, thank you for the demonstration. Very impressive system. Is there anything you would like to highlight with the system before we continue?
Yeah, this system here, you can add how many fixtures you like, so you can expand. So you more complex trusses, you can place more fixtures.
Okay, so you simply add more fixtures to build the system.
And the same is if you have a larger roof trusses. You can, if you have the conveyor version.
Yes.
Then you can also build longer trusses, and the laser system is expandable.
Okay.
So there you have some features.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Well, Johan.
Where is Johan?
Yeah.
I'm here.
Hello, Johan. Can you once again help us?
Yeah.
As you see, it's quite dangerous, so you have to have the lid on.
Okay, okay. But we actually have one more saw in the startup house factory system. Is it needed to have two saws in one house factory?
Yeah, this one is one for special cuts.
Okay.
They do on some markets.
All right.
So then it's speed up the production.
Okay.
So it's
okay.
quite good to have it.
Okay. So to make like a special cut.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. What are we looking at here?
Yeah, well, other than greasing it, you don't really need greasing or cleaning it. You have it closed, so you can adjust everything without open it.
Okay.
So, but timber comes in here, and we have one blade cutting this direction, the other one that direction at the same time. So we.
Okay. To make like a notch in the stud. All right.
And to adjust the measure, it's manual. So you just.
Okay. Now you're setting it up for different dimensions.
Yeah. Okay.
So now we will make the parts for the wall.
Okay.
That we will do later on.
All right.
Isn't it, Johan?
Yes.
So then he just move it in right position.
There we go.
And now you can see that it's really fast to do this cutting here.
This is special cut.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just start the blades.
Yeah, and also this one you need to connect to dust extraction system.
Yes. Okay. But now I fully understand why it's needed to have two saws in the startup factory. Based on, I mean, if you need to have this type of cuts, and it's extremely short cycle time.
Yes, Johan. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Where do we go next?
Yeah, now we're going over to the BS system,
Okay.
the butterfly system.
Yes.
There are turning tables for making wall elements and gable ends.
Yes.
And Johan and his colleague will help us to make a small wall.
Okay. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the BS20 butterfly table system.
Yes, it is. So we're standing in front of a upriser table and we have a receiver table over there.
Okay. Can you give us a walkthrough about the functions from the different tables?
Yes.
Possibilities?
So see, this one here is a upriser table.
Yeah.
And we also have this squaring, so you can square the element.
Okay.
So if you see this one here, so you have a beam on this side. And also, if we look at this one here, this is a tool that you can use for clamp. And we don't have any clamping hole on this table. So otherwise we have a whole beam placed over here, and we'll place down this one in the whole beam.
Okay.
And you can use that to do gable ends and other non-rectangular forms.
Okay. So the whole beams is like an option for the tables?
Yes.
Yeah. Right. All right.
And also we have this tool here, and this is a NT10. This is a press that you can press plates, similar as we saw before. But this one is more manually moved, so you can press plates on bottom plate or top plate. So.
Okay. And it runs on pneumatic, as I understand.
Yeah, it's a pneumatic powered, but it's hydraulics also involved.
Okay. Yeah. All right. What else? Does the table come in different length, or is it like
you
a
have
standard?
Different length, from 6 meters and up in steps to 12 meters. And also you have, as you see, at top here, we have a material table.
Yes.
That we can drag.
Shall I try it?
Yeah, try it.
Quite
So you
easy to move.
Yeah, so you can place the material on this in the far end here, or in that end. And you can drag it with you when you're building the element.
Yes. All right.
And also, I forgot to mention, when you turn the element, you have pneumatic cylinders here. So first, when you square it up, you clamp it in with pneumatic cylinders. When you will turn it over, you unleash them, and the element can fall over to the opposite side.
Okay, I understand. And you have pneumatic clamping. Do you have other systems for clamping?
You can also have it in hydraulics.
Okay, hydraulics.
So,
all right.
Depending on how we want to do it.
Yes. All right. And you have 2 tables. Can you only buy 1 table, for example, or is?
So this is a pair. We call it BS20. But if you want to place a table before that not have an uprising function, you can place it here and do the same thing, but not the uprising. Then you also have pop-up rollers placed here and on that side, so you can lift it up and move the element station to station.
So you basically divide the working process in 1 table on 2 instead to increase the capacity.
Yeah, so you have easier to get in the material around. So maybe in the first step you make the framing and sheets on this station, etc.
Okay. Interesting. Looks like a good starting system.
Yeah, shall we go over to the end here?
Yes.
And also, I forgot to mention that the tables can be included with air connectors, so you can place your power tools on
so air connection directly on the table. I see you have one connection over there.
So you don't have to connect to the walls and drag cables around.
The hoses.
Hoses, yeah.
Okay. Convenient.
Yeah.
Okay, and what do we have here?
This is the hydraulic turning system.
Okay.
So this one here, over here we control the turning process.
Okay. Yes.
With this here. This can be placed in this side or the other side, or separately placed. But this is standardized versions standing here.
Yeah, but good visible overview of the tables here.
Yeah, it's really good to see the turning process, so that's why we place it in this position.
Okay. Yes. All right.
And also, Sometimes they use Tyvek in the process. So we have this first step in a holder for place rolls or Tyvek or different type of membranes.
Okay.
And also you have like a cradle. It's a other function that you lay the roll in it.
Ah, okay, so like the more advanced version of the... Okay.
But this is good for startup.
Yeah. Okay, shall we start the production?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, guys, you can start the production. Many thanks for the demonstration. I do think that our audience now fully understand what the House Factory startup concept is about. Before we end this demonstration, is there anything special you would like to highlight for our viewers?
Yeah, as I said before, the cost of this line, this concept, is lower than the production of one house.
Yeah.
If you want to grow with your factory, you can add more tables before and after the BS systems. And also the saw systems, you can also change some parts and build out that one for higher level of capacity.
Yeah, okay. So it's cost effective and you can expand the machinery if you want to grow your business. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, many thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome back to the studio. We hope you enjoyed the demonstration. Now we will continue with a Q&A session. So Lisa, have we received any questions?
Yes, we have received a few. And the first one is, I am a user of your truss system NT and considering buying the saw and lap laser system. How do I transfer my blueprints to these machines?
Okay, guys. Anyone can answer that question?
I can do, actually. It's simple, and of course we will help you with this. But from your CAD files, you generate CAT files for your CAT saw and DXF files for your laser system.
Okay, thank you, Henrik. Okay, next question.
Yes. Thank you for the demonstration, says one person here. Do RANDEK provide a service that can help optimize the layout and application of these systems?
Anyone?
Well, yes, we're talking about the layout of the factory and so on.
It only says yes. That's how I interpret it.
Yes, we can absolutely help with that. We have the competence in-house to help out with basic layout and together with the customer, yes, we bring in information and do the best layout we can provide. And the correct machinery.
Next question. I have landed a big project which starts in mid-August and I need to order a cut saw and butterfly tables. And I am curious to know if you are able to deliver in time.
Anyone?
I can take that question. Yes, we are. We are still able to keep good delivery times on this product. So between 10 to 12 weeks from order and delivery.
Thank you, Bla.
As an element manufacturer, it's vital to avoid downtime. How can I minimize this?
Yeah, I can answer. Well, the machines, of course, are well built from the start, but with any machine, it comes down to maintenance, to be able to have a high reliability and availability machines. And yeah, we offer that service at RANDEK. So spare parts, continuous maintenance, scheduled ones, and yeah, updates as well.
Okay, next one. How long of a lifespan does your products have?
I can take that one. The product's lifespan, I will say, is very good. We have, for example, we have one customer that he has 3 RANDEK 728s as his main source, and 2 of them are more than 20 years old, and they are still running. And you still see sometimes saws even from the late 80s. They not as efficient as a new one, but they're still running. So as long as you take care of your machine and do the maintenance, like Christian said, then they should last long.
Ties into the availability of spare parts and continuous maintenance, as I said, as we provide here.
Thank you, Johan.
Okay, the next one. I find the house factory startup concept interesting. Can you please tell me the benefits of why I should use you as my complete supplier?
Yeah, why?
If I can.
Yes.
Yeah, we have been producing quality machines for the prefab wood industry for a long time now. We offer you service and support, so I will say that we are definitely a complete supplier.
Thank you. Okay, no more questions, Lisa? Okay, well then we say thank you for attending our webinar, and hope to see you soon again.
Thank you.
What it's all about.